It is said that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And without a doubt, the more streams of income you have, the better. The reason multiple streams of income is so important is because if there's ever a crash, if one fails, if something goes wrong, there's a recession, you still have other streams to back you up. And of course, the more streams of income, the more money you make. So in this video, we're going to be looking at all 7 streams of income, and you could pay attention and see which streams of income you might have. Number 1, the most obvious, is going to be what's called earned income. This is where you're trading in X number of hours for X number of dollars. You're trading in your time for a salary. This is how most people live. You probably have earned income, but unfortunately, this is the income where most people suffer. The problem is that if one little thing comes up, a bill, someone gets sick, something tragic happens, anything comes up, you'll be in a very tough spot because you probably won't have the money to cover it. If you don't know by now, your job is most likely not going to get you wealthy. In fact, major CEOs and founders have opted to take a very small salary and just simply make their money based on the company's performance. For example, Twitter's Jack Dorsey actually opted to take a very humble salary of $1.40 for the year in 2018. The real bulk of his money he made that year was from the shares of his company Square. And if you're wondering why the number 140, well, that was a nod to the old character limit before Twitter raised it. The majority of people will stay in the earned income bracket for their entire lives because this is what they feel is most comfortable. Of course, this does not come without its downsides. You could be fired, laid off, you can get injured at any time, and the days that you're off, you're not earning money. The only thing you could do is hope that you get a 50-cent raise for the year. If you want maximum security and financial freedom, it will not be in this type of income. You'll have to at least dabble in these other types of incomes. The second type of income a millionaire might have is profit income. This is where we get into entrepreneurship. It's where you might just be buying something for a lower price and selling it for a higher price, or you actually have some kind of business that offers a product or service that you're selling. This is probably the most common type of income other than the earned income, and what most people want to do, but they never get into it because they think it carries too much risk. You don't have to start a billion-dollar company today. You could just find things around your home you don't need and sell them online. Perhaps you have some kind of knowledge or expertise that you can offer as a service. Maybe you're doing drop shipping, maybe you want to do selling on Amazon, maybe you want to just buy it wholesale and sell it retail. This is not something that has a high barrier of entry, and you could start it right away. It's a great way to start making an additional stream of income if you're stuck in the earned income. The third stream of income is what's called interest income. You might actually be doing it right now by having money in the bank and you get some interest on your savings account. But you could take this to the next level and earn even higher than what a savings account would generate by doing peer-to-peer lending or government lending like buying treasury bills. It's a nice way to make some passive income with very low risk. Of course, you'd probably need a large sum of money to start seeing some outrageous numbers, but it's still a nice way to build some additional income. And the fourth stream of income, this is the kind of income the Bezoses of the world, is the income you make from smashing that like button. And the fourth type of income is going to be dividend income. I've spoken a lot about dividends on this channel, and I actually did an entire video on how you can make a great income with dividends. The notification should be in one of these two corners if you're on desktop. In short, a dividend is basically a percentage of their profit that they're making that is paid out to their shareholders. They usually paid out quarterly, and this is where you'll start to see the compound interest come into play and how you can actually grow your money exponentially and where you could start to build real wealth over time. Most wealthy people, they get paid dividends. That's how exactly they get paid for doing nothing. And the fifth type of income is going to be rental income. This is where people make money through renting out some of a property or an entire property. The problem is real estate does have a very high barrier of entry, and most people will never ever be able to profit off of rental income. Maybe you won't be collecting rent from your tenants, but you'll actually still be able to get into real estate. I did an entire video on how you can get into real estate with less than $100. Again, that notification will be in one of these two corners, but the link will be below as well. Many people are actually able to collect rent through what's called subletting, where you're just renting out one of your rooms in your home. This might be illegal depending on where you live, but of course you'll have to consult with your landlord to see if you could do that. Real estate, though, has created the most millionaires in America, and your goal should really be to get into it at some point. You don't have to start with 10 properties. You could start with just one property and build from there and collect that rent until you're able to buy more and more and expand your empire. The sixth type of income a millionaire might be making is what's called a capital gain. This is rather simple. It's where you'd be making a profit, buying a share and selling it for a profit. So if you bought a share of a company at 10 and you sold it at 30, that $20 profit is a capital gain, and you would be subject to what's called the capital gain tax. Of course, this could be easily combined with dividend income because you could be buying shares of a company, collecting those dividends, and then once you're ready to sell, you'll have all those dividends, and you'll also have that profit of your shares. And the seventh and final type of income that a millionaire might make is what's called royalty income. This is probably the least common type of income because it's where you would actually be making money on a product or idea and letting someone else use that, and you'd be making royalties on what they do. They're doing all the hard work because you came up with the idea. For example, when you buy a McDonald's franchise and you get to use their logo and marketing, all their material, McDonald's is making a royalty income off of you using their brand. So you just did a ton of hard work, you came up with the franchise fee, and you have to operate the place, and now McDonald's is making a royalty off of everything that you make. It's a tough one because you have to come up with a really good idea and make it so that way other people will actually want to sell it. But if you can get into it, you could really make an infinite amount of money. It's really scalable. So don't be discouraged. You really don't need all 7 streams of income to make great money. Billionaires will typically make their wealth off of 2 or 3 of these. Think about what streams of income you're bringing in and how you could bring in more. What is holding you back to start making an extra $100 a month? What's holding you back from making an extra $1,000 a month? What can you do right now to set yourself up for the future? Yes, you might have a 9 to 5, but what are you doing from 5 to 9? That is the question. Don't focus on too many shiny objects. To start with one stream and then get that going and then build it from there. Another big problem is people think, oh, the more streams the better, so let me build all of them right now. You have to take it one step at a time, just make a little progress every day, and you'll really be surprised where you could be in just 6 months or a year from now. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. It just helps with the algorithm so that way more people could see videos just like this. And if you'd like to see more from my channel, you can feel free to subscribe. It's totally free. I give you great value. I post videos every single week at absolutely no cost. And if you'd like to be notified every time I get a new idea, be sure to smash that notification bell as well. Hope you enjoyed that. See you in the next one.